Vacuumlabs is a company that not everyone knows about. They were actually the first company to build a light wallet for the Cardano ecosystem called ADALite. They also pioneered the account system so that you can have sub-accounts in your wallet and delegate to multiple different stake pools. Pretty cool. They also did a lot of the code, or all of the code, for the hardware devices, the hardware wallets that you use, such as the Ledger Nano or the Trezor. It's because of their code that all of the wallets in the Cardano ecosystem can connect to a hardware device. That's pretty impressive. They also did the very first version of the Yoroi mobile app and also contribute to Milkometer. So they do a huge amount in the Cardano ecosystem. Michal joins me on this episode to talk about their new platform called NuFi. This ambitious project looks at integrating NFT marketplaces, DEXes, and also other blockchains in there, including Solana, Near Protocol, and many others in 2022. They plan to have so many integrated into this one ecosystem that encompasses everything, but with a Cardano first approach. Let's get into this interview.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.
So I have Michal joining me from Vacuumlabs to talk about one of their new products called NuFi. It's a brand new wallet that's being created for the Cardano ecosystem, and it seems like every other ecosystem out there. Michal, welcome to the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invitation. Looking forward for our discussion.
For everyone that doesn't know you or understand exactly what Vacuumlabs is, can you give us a little bit of a rundown about what Vacuumlabs is, how it contributes to the Cardano community, and then also a little bit about your background as well?
I will probably start very quickly with myself. I am in crypto since 2014. When I bought my first Bitcoin, I was interested in the topic long before that, but I was not a believer, so I was just following, and I didn't own crypto for 2 or 3 years before I finally decided to enter in 2014. I was initially working in management consulting, and I have several project management jobs in different areas. A lot of these jobs included or were involved in IT. I joined Vacuumlabs in 2018 as a project manager, and when I joined, there were discussions in the Vacuumlabs about starting doing business in crypto. Vacuumlabs is a software development company, mostly focusing on the fintech industry. And in 2019, after I joined, I started together with the founders to do some activities in the crypto world and crypto industry to start developing also for crypto industry and crypto companies. Our first project was, it was more of like a hobby project. We wanted to prove that we can do something also in crypto world. So we started ADALite. ADALite was or is a light Cardano wallet. We were inspired by MyEther wallet, which is a very popular web-based Ethereum wallet. And back in 2018, there was no light wallet for Cardano. So if the user wanted to hold the crypto by themselves and not to have it on an exchange, they needed to download Daedalus, which was very heavy. It took a long time to download. It took a lot of time to synchronize. Back then, it was much worse than today. So we decided to fix this issue, and we developed ADALite, a lightweight wallet. And I think the initial release was, the alpha version release was in May or June 2018. Together with ADALite, we also developed Cardano integration with Trezor Model T. So ADALite was also a first wallet offering the hardware wallet security for Cardano holders. In meantime, as the Cardano ecosystem was developing, a lot of new wallets popped up, like Yoroi, which was mostly focusing on the mobile users, but also the browser extension users. A lot of new functionalities came in Cardano, and we have been always trying to be on track with ADALite, and we have been updating ADALite to support all the existing Cardano functionalities, such as ledger support, such as staking. Actually, ADALite was the first wallet that enabled staking from hardware wallets. We also pioneered the accounts for Cardano wallet. So we basically implemented this functionality to ADALite wallet 1 year ago in January 2021. So over the course of these 3 years, ADALite became really popular wallet. And 1 year ago, we decided that we want to focus on it more professionally, because until then it was more of a, I would say, hobby project. So I was mostly focusing on clients project, developing stuff for clients, and ADALite was like a hobby. We had 1, 2, sometimes 3 developers working on it, but it was not our main focus. And 1 year ago, we decided to move it to a higher level. And that was the time when we decided that ADALite is not good enough to be improved to a higher level, and that we would like to deploy a new product. This is how NuFi was born, and NuFi story started basically 1 year ago with this idea in our mind.
And I'm really excited about what's that evolution has looked like. I didn't realize that you guys did the first one that pioneered those accounts, like sub accounts within wallets. So I didn't know that. So that's really cool. And then some of these new innovations of staking that you had back then as well. It's all the leading stuff for a lot of the wallets back then, and a lot of them copied obviously after as things progressed. And now you're developing NuFi. I saw it, I can't remember when it was. I think it was mid or early December of 2021.
Yeah, I think we released the beta version in November, and we had an official launch in December. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to play around with it. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't read any media. I just set up a wallet. I thought I'd play around with it. And hey, presto, I saw Solana in there as well. So I was expecting, obviously Cardano, but then to see a section there for Solana. What is the idea here? What's your overall vision of this new wallet? So obviously you're evolving ADALite, taking it to the next level, making it a really professional wallet, but then making cross-chain compatibility in there as well. Is that the plan?
So actually, the plan is to stay Cardano first wallet. So we would like to have all the necessary Cardano functionalities. Our community is mainly from the Cardano ecosystem. But when we have been thinking about this product and what should be the value proposition of NuFi, we realized that the users that are holding a diversified portfolio of proof of stake coins, they have a lot of difficulties managing this portfolio. The proof of or the staking or proof of stake blockchains ecosystem is very, very fragmented. The user, they need to use a separate wallet and separate tooling for each of the blockchains. So, for example, let's say you want to hold and stake portfolio of cryptocurrencies like Polkadot, Solana, Cardano, Algorand, Near protocol, and you would need to have a separate wallet, separate tooling for each of them, and you don't have a single place where you see a dashboard of all your investments and track the status, how well you are doing. Of course, you can use some custodian services like, I don't know, Coinbase or Binance for that, but the advanced users, they prefer to store cryptocurrencies on a hardware wallet or at least in some secure on their own computer, simply in form of a private key or seed. And this solution was missing on the market. So we decided that we would like to build a wallet that will be focusing on proof of stake coins. So we started with Cardano and Solana, but we built a good foundation for adding new proof of stake cryptocurrencies easily. So the ultimate goal is to enable users to securely hold and stake different proof of stake cryptocurrencies. So this is like the ultimate goal. And additionally, we would like to support the usability of our product with many different integrations. So we are thinking about integrating DeFi protocols directly into the user interface, so the user doesn't have to leave the user interface he is familiar with at all, and user can have it all in one product. This looks like a bit of difficult task to accomplish. So we are currently rethinking this strategy, how this really will look like. But we are still pursuing our goal to have as many proof of stake cryptocurrencies at the end of the year 2022 as we can. So this is our currently main target.
Wow, that's quite a goal. That's to have as many as you can by the end of 2022. It really reminds me of like a centralized place, like on Ledger Live, how you have like a dashboard and you have all your cryptocurrencies in there and you can see everything at a glance. That's the kind of feel that I'm getting from NuFi at the moment. Is like, to paint a picture for other people that are familiar with Ledger Live, is that the same kind of feeling that we're going to get?
Yeah, actually, yes, we would like to build something similar. Imagine it as Binance, right? Imagine that you would have all the functionalities that Binance currently have, but it will be in a non-custodial environment. So each transaction that you do, you have to confirm it with your cold wallet, hardware wallet.
That is really cool. And because you guys wrote the hardware interfacing code for the ledgers for the Cardano ecosystem, that's a piece of cake for you, right?
It's not a piece of cake, yeah, but we have the knowledge. Yeah,
you've got the experience, that's for sure. So you said you're going to integrate some DeFi protocols as well, but I know that you guys also are looking at NFT marketplaces on the wallet and also a DEX, and I know WingRiders is integrated in there at the moment. Can you talk a little about the NFT marketplace and how that's going to work? And then we'll talk about the DEX after. So yeah, let's talk about the NFT marketplace first.
We built an NFT gallery for Cardano blockchain, so the users can scroll and view their NFTs and the metadata of the NFTs inside the wallet. The users can also send the NFTs in bulk, so they can send multiple NFTs in a single transaction. And what we are currently also exploring is the possibility to integrate some NFT marketplace and how difficult it would be. So basically, the user can trade or put some of his NFTs on sale on some NFT marketplace protocol directly from NuFi interface. We are still waiting for the ecosystem to develop. When we started with WingRiders, we realized that this is very, very early stage and it will take some time till the dust will settle and until everything will be like standardized and everything will be working properly. But I feel like the things are already settling down, so we can start planning how to do this in the future. And very similarly also with WingRiders. So what we are currently doing, we are integrating Changely. Changely is a centralized crypto to crypto swapping service. So the users will be able to swap crypto to crypto directly from NuFi interface. But the ultimate goal is to be as decentralized and as self-custodial as possible. That's why we are experimenting with integrating DEX into the wallet. Eventually, we would like to have a DEX for each blockchain that we will be supporting, and eventually also some like interchain bridges or interchain communication. We'll see how this will work out in the future. We see that currently this cross-chain communication protocols, they do not work that well. Just yesterday, not sure if you noticed, there was a huge hack on the Solana Ethereum wormhole.
Yeah.
So I think it was the biggest hack in the DeFi ecosystem ever. So yeah, we'll see how major will be, how this technology will be maturing in the following months, and if it makes sense to integrate also technology like this into NuFi.
It'll be very interesting to see, or to see if the ability to sell all my ETH for ADA directly through the wallet. So one day that will happen, and we'll see it.
Definitely.
And fingers crossed, not without that major hack, that wormhole one. I think it was 80,000 ETH or something that was lost out of that hack. It's huge.
I heard 80. I heard 120,000. So it was a lot.
Yes.
No matter which number is correct, it's a lot.
Okay. So we'll go back to the DEX itself. So the integration of WingRiders into the wallet, it seems like a very seamless experience. Like a lot of the other DEXs out there at the moment, you need to have a particular wallet such as NAMI or CC Vault, and then you use that connect to the wallet. You have some options there. So why did you go for an integrated approach with the DEX inside the wallet? Was it a part of user experience? Was it part of like infrastructure, or to make the process of swapping easier? What's the idea of putting it in the wallet itself?
So initial idea why we did it was that at the moment where we started to develop both NuFi and WingRiders, there were no working DApp bridges. So at the time, NAMI was not working yet, right? Everything was just experimental. And we wanted to have some proof of concept. We wanted to have some product. Therefore, we decided that we will basically embed this WingRiders user interface directly into our wallet. But it was also planned that in the future, it will be working also like this. So NuFi users have direct access to some DEX, and they won't need to leave the user interface in order to do some exchanges.
Gotcha. So would it work something like your Roy DApp connector, and you need to install a browser extension to connect to another DEX, or will we see something like Sunday Swap inside the NuFi wallet as well?
We'll see. It requires a lot of effort to. We realized that it requires a lot of effort to do an integration like this. So we are currently analyzing if it will be easier to integrate more DApps directly into the interface, or if we are going to launch a browser extension with a DApp bridge. So we are currently researching this. Which of these approaches should we take? We are researching the possibility to have a browser extension for NuFi and to have a DApp bridge for NuFi. But we need to keep in mind that we will be like a multi-blockchain wallet, right? So if we create a DApp bridge, or if we create NuFi browser extension and with the new DApp bridge, then most likely our users will be expecting that we will create also DApp bridge for the other blockchains that we will be supporting, such as Solana, such as Flow that we are currently integrating, and others in the future. And we need to figure out if this is if this can be done with some resources that we have currently available.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think about that. Of course, I'm always thinking Cardano focus first, but then like when you bring in all the other blockchains, Solana, Flow, whatever it might be, they'll all be wanting the same thing, and you would have to hire another 100 developers just to keep up with maintenance of all the extensions. All right.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. So actually, it would be one extension, right? That would allow you to connect also to Cardano DEX, but also to Solana DEX. So this is the idea that we are exploring now. I am pretty much sure that this would be a great product and would be appreciated by the community. We just need to assess the technical feasibility and if we are able to do it in a sufficient quality.
Gotcha. Okay. It would be actually really good for multiple ecosystems. So, anyone in Cardano can jump over to Solana, for example, buy NFTs there and have a seamless experience because they're used to NuFi and Cardano and they can go anywhere else. So fingers crossed you sort that one out. It'd be a very interesting development. So in terms of scaling, so at the moment, anyone that's playing around with Sunday Swap or any of the other DEXes or any DApp at the moment, there's a bit of congestion with the wallets. NAMI, for example, uses Blockfrost, and sometimes the mempool fills up. CC Vault have their own infrastructure as well, and the mempools fill up. And sometimes it could take 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to get transactions processed. How does NuFi handle that type of infrastructure and scaling of transactions through their wallet?
Yeah, so we see this problem here for the past weeks. Users are really unhappy with the situation. We realized that this situation is probably not going away in the following weeks, maybe not even month. So we started to remedy the situation last week. Currently, what we are doing, we also switched to Blockfrost because we know the guys, we know they are doing good work. And it helped us to save some time, so we don't have to set up all the measures by ourselves. We know that the Blockfrost guys are working on it because it's their product to provide a good infrastructure. So we are cooperating now with Blockfrost. This helped us a bit, but the situation is still not ideal. So we are also doing, or we are preparing some own solution that will be that should be remedy the situation. They should be able to remedy the situation even more, and it should help us to propagate the transactions to the blockchain faster. But this is in progress now. We don't have the final solution yet, and I expect that we'll have it in a week or two. Of course, we need to test it first. I don't know if it will be really working. So yeah, difficult times. People need to be patient. There is not much that can be done at this moment. We all need to wait for IOG to increase the block size or to decrease the block time or do some actions like this.
Well, we should be seeing another block increase, I think, tomorrow from the time of this recording. So we'll see that little incremental change, and fingers crossed that helps alleviate some of the congestion and get more transactions through, get that throughput increased. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely.
So in terms of scaling it for Cardano, that's one way. But because you're doing that whole cross-chain thing, is there services on other blockchains that are similar to Blockfrost that you can scale up with, or other infrastructure that you can tack onto to scale up on Solana for things like this as well?
So I wouldn't say that Blockfrost is a scaling solution. It's an infrastructure as a service solution. And yeah, there are definitely solutions like that. The most or the biggest and most popular is Infura on Ethereum. So this is like a holy grail of these infrastructure solutions. They're doing really well. There are also solutions like this on Solana. They are not that well developed yet. Also, Solana is very difficult, the blockchain to handle. There is so much data on there. that is really difficult to handle the data and dig deep into the history of the blockchain. So this is causing a lot of issues, but I think it's developing. They are fixing stuff. They are having outages, but they're taking it as lessons learned, and they are constantly evolving and improving. And as for the scaling solutions, so we already know, or it was announced that several L2 solutions should be built on top of Cardano. So I'm really looking forward to it. In my opinion, this will be just a temporary solutions. This is not something that we would like to rely on indefinitely, but these temporary solutions can help the ecosystem to bridge this gap and to wait for the proper solution that will be developed by IOHK.
Okay, that's really good to hear. Which L2 solutions in particular are you potentially looking at?
We are mainly looking on the Milkomeda by DC Spark. So we know the guys from DC Spark pretty well. Vacuumlabs has also several developers that are working on the Milkomeda protocol. So this is something that we are really looking forward to. And especially because it's not just a plain L2 solution, but also because it's bringing the EVM compatibility to Cardano blockchain. So people will be able to launch and run EVM-based smart contracts on top of Milkomeda. So I think this will be very interesting project to watch.
Yeah, I'm watching that one carefully as well. I'm trying to get onto the wait list to give it a test and see what it's like as well. So I'll be very interested to see how that one goes. Now, a little bit earlier, you mentioned the integration with Changelly. So that's going to be like a DeFi, not a DeFi bridge, but a fiat on-ramp and off-ramp, and other crypto on-ramp and off-ramp as well. That's pretty interesting. But you also mentioned some of the DeFi protocols that you might be integrating in. Is these DeFi protocols such as what Adana and Meld are doing? Is that what you meant? Yeah, exactly. But again, it looks like the Cardano DeFi ecosystem is very early. So we'll have to wait for quite some time. But currently we are exploring some possibilities to integrate some DeFi protocol on Solana. So there are some very nice lending protocols there where people can borrow or lend funds. And there are also some very interesting DEXes there where people can either swap the tokens, but they can also provide the liquidity and earn some yield on top of it. So this is currently what we are looking at, and we are looking for something that we can prototype actually. All right. Okay. That's really cool. So lots of different options there. Yeah. And of course, it is still very early days on the Cardano ecosystem, but fingers crossed that you can get that integrated in. I love the vision of one day having that complete dashboard with all my cryptocurrencies on there, and then just being able to go, all right, let's put this into a DeFi loan, initiate the smart contract, get my USD T or whatever token back, and then use that somewhere else. That overall vision of that dashboard would be very cool if we can get all those integrations developed in there. Yeah, definitely. It will be a lot of work, but imagine that you can be also getting some automated advices and notifications. So you have some stablecoin idling on this account. Why don't you just put it into this lending protocol to earn at least some 5% yield on it or something like that? So if we have all this information centralized in one dashboard, we can be also giving users recommendations like this. I was about to say financial advice, but of course they shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so the whole wallet's going to have the staking protocols in there so that you can stake everything, or the lending protocols, everything that you want. What is the competition for something like this? Is there anyone else building something similar, that whole non-custodial approach as well?
Yeah. So probably I shouldn't be promoting the competition too much, but
you don't need to mention their name.
Yeah, I think I can mention it. So what I think will be maybe possibly a big competition for us is Ledger Live. I was on a conference back in, I think it was December last year, on a Ledger conference in Paris. And they are going to put a lot of effort now into Ledger Live development. And they have prepared some awesome SDKs there. So, and they are also adding support for many interesting blockchains, such as Solana and also Cardano and others. And Ledger Live can be possibly a huge competitor for us because they have a little bit of a different approach. They prepare this SDK for integration into Ledger Live. So the protocols that want to be accessible through Ledger Live, they just implement this SDK, and you have this discover section in Ledger Live, and you can access this protocol directly from the Ledger Live user interface. So this is like an awesome feature. We'll see yet if it will really work, but I think that this can be like a game changer for the whole ecosystem. Additionally, of course, our competitions are the custodial platforms like Binance and Coinbase, because they're offering all these services that we plan to offer, but in this custodian mode. And lastly, there are these multi-currency wallets, such as Atomic Wallet or Exodus Wallet, and they are also dipping into these additional services. They're not acting only as a pure wallet, but they are providing like the staking options to users. They are also trying to integrate some interesting DeFi protocols directly into their user interface. So I think most of the non-custodial wallets are currently evolving into this idea where NuFi want to position itself. So it's like something that's happening all around the ecosystem.
It's a very evolving space at the moment, and I didn't realize Ledger Live was going down that path and developing all those different aspects. I guess the problem there is that you do have to use a Ledger device for their ecosystem, so it doesn't tap into Trezor or anything like that. Whereas your product, because you've got the code for it, I'm assuming you'll be able to integrate either one. So it should have a broader base and tick more boxes for people. And of course, a non-hardware wallet as well. So you can just set up a regular seed phrase one.
Yeah, exactly. As you say, well, we very much like Trezor, but the issue with Trezor is that they're very slow with adding new coins. And simply they need to boost this up. Otherwise, Ledger will be the winner in this hardware wallet niche industry. But I think they understand that, and they are doing some steps in order to like speed up the process of adding new coins on Trezor.
Okay.
For example, they are still missing Solana there. So on NuFi, if you have a Trezor, you can hold only your Cardano on the Trezor. For Solana, you would have to use a seed wallet.
Very interesting. Didn't realize that. Got to crack the whip, make them do more work. All right. So in terms of actually funding all this, so Vacuumlabs is grown to quite a decent size. You do a lot of fintech work with banks as well. How is this all being funded? Have you set aside a budget within the company? Are you raising more funds to develop NuFi? What's the funding model of it? And I'm assuming there's a way that the wallet's going to make some revenue as well. What's the idea of funding this, developing it further, and getting enough revenue to take it to where you want it to be?
We were lucky, like 1.5 years ago when staking on Cardano started, that a lot of users who were using ADALite started to delegate their ADAs to our staking pools. And basically, we had pretty good revenues from this stake pool business. And we are using these revenues to fund the NuFi development. So all the revenues that we earn on our stake pools are either going on further ADALite maintenance and support or on NuFi development. So this is our main source of funding. And additionally, we also onboarded several angel and small VC investors like 9 months ago. They contributed some small funding, and we expect that we will be probably seeking for some additional funding if we want to grow faster, if we want to add more features faster, then we'll need some external funding, and we'll be seeking for this in the following months.
Would you consider public funding and getting community behind it or anything like that, or would it all be private VC funding?
We are considering both options. So we are also considering equity VC funding, but we are also considering a possible token and token sell. I would definitely like to have a token at some point, because I think if you create a good tokenomics around the project, that can heavily boost the popularity and usability of the project. You can be rewarding people. You can be giving additional services to the people for the tokens, and a lot of nice stuff that can be done. So we are exploring both these options at the moment. Probably we will start with some VC round first, VC equity round first, and definitely we will be also issuing a token at some point. I'm not sure yet if we will be selling it to the public or if we will be rewarding it only and airdropping it only in the public. So everything is in motion yet. I don't have anything carved in stone. We are working on it. But it's like a very serious option that can happen, that we will do only some kind of token sell.
Well, I'm assuming with the WingRiders DEX, there'll be some sort of tokenomics behind that one as well. So it's that's funding for another part of the company. Cool. I'm excited. I'll keep an eye out and see what you guys come up with in regards to that space over the year. So in terms of roadmap and delivery, you want to get as many of these blockchains in by the end of the year. What should we see within 2022? Will we see the NFT marketplace? Obviously, the DEX is still there. You've got some other blockchains. I think I saw a Near protocol is going to be integrated in as well.
Currently, our resources are very limited. So currently, we are thinking a lot about our strategy and about our roadmap. So we need to decide if we want to have as many blockchains integrated as possible, or if we want to have less blockchains and we want to have deeper integrations, right? Such as integrating some DeFi protocols, NFT marketplaces, and providing NFT galleries for these blockchains. So this is something that we are currently not sure yet which direction we'll go, but we definitely would like to have at least 6-7 blockchains by the end of the year 2022. Optimally, I'd like to have 10 to 12 different blockchains in there. And we'll see how well we will be doing with the fundraising, how fast we'll be able to scale up the team, and this will all depend on this. But what is in play? Definitely some NFT marketplaces, definitely some decentralized exchanges integrations. We would like to have, I mentioned the Changely. Changely is only crypto to crypto swap, but we would like to also integrate a fiat on-ramp so people can also purchase crypto directly from our user interface. So we are already discussing with with one provider of the service. Also, we need to improve some core functionalities. So we launched the product, but and we released a lot of feedback from users, and now we are also implementing the feedback on, for example, on our onboarding process. So we are improving the onboarding process. We are improving the account management process. We would like the users also in the future to be able to import a single account from some third-party wallet and stuff like that. There is a lot of work being done here. This work is not that visible, like adding new features, but we think it's very important. So we have a good foundation on which we can build further.
It's going to be a very exciting 2022 for you guys, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So for the users that are now totally sold on NuFi, how do they get started? Where do they go? And how can they possibly provide feedback and feature requests as well in the future?
Okay, so our landing page is nu.fi. It's very, very easy domain. They can find the basic information there. We have also a pretty big knowledge base written, so the users can find the information they are seeking in the knowledge base. We have some decent Discord community, so they can join our Discord if they need help, or if they have any like feature request, they can post it on the Discord. We are monitoring that and we will reply really quickly.
All right, brilliant. I'll put all the links to that in the show notes down below so everyone can follow through and check out the wallet if they haven't done so already, and join the community and give you guys feedback and learn more about the product.
Yeah, that would be great. Feedback is really important for us. So we received a lot of feedback for ADALite in the past 3 years. We were not able to implement a lot of this feedback because how the architecture of ADALite was done. So simply, ADALite is a wallet without any persistency. So we don't remember anything about the user. Nothing is saved on the user machine. So we were not able to implement many of the user feedbacks that we received. But we remember that feedback, and we try to implement everything in NuFi, right? We didn't implement everything perfectly, so we are fixing it now. But I think we are already in a state where most of the issues were fixed, and we'll welcome any additional feedback to be even better than we are now.
All right. Very, very cool. I wish you guys all the best, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later in 2022 to see how things are going and discover some of these other blockchains that you've integrated into the wallet as well.
Thank you, Pete, for having me, and thank you for being NuFi fan.
Oh, I'm definitely a fan. Thank you. If you're not impressed already, please check out the links down below. Check out NuFi, give it a go, restore your hardware wallet on there, have a play with it and see exactly what it can offer for you. In regards to its roadmap for 2022, highly ambitious, but I believe that this is the type of company that can actually pull this idea and concept off. Thank you, Michal, for joining me on this podcast episode. It was an absolute pleasure to learn more about NuFi and the ambitious plans that Vacuumlabs has for this year and for Cardano in general. If you like this type of content, please give me that thumbs up, click subscribe, click on that notification bell, and you'll hear more from me soon.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.